satu tagline saja yang I nak bagi tahu lah. Kita jual dia Fred.
Salam satu Malaysia. Welcome to Jom United. We are a Malaysian Manchester United fan YouTube channel. Okay, proudly Buatan Malaysia. Okay, and then we'll be bringing you contents. Okay, regarding our favorite team in red. Okay, we're not talking about the other team. The other team that is a 30 years one-time champion. Forget about it. Okay, forget about it. Okay, so we'll be giving you contents like reaction, fan reaction, game reaction, and then we will have our fan forums and whatnot. Okay, so for tonight, okay, we have a panel of all the handsome guys here. All right, everyone say hi. This is our first episode.
Hello.
Of Jom Sembang United.
What's up, guys?
What's up, guys?
What's up? Everyone clear? Everyone clear? All right. So if for the viewers now, if you're new to this channel, please like and share this video and hit the subscribe button in the bottom. Okay, and turn on the bell notification so you will be updated when we have new videos released. Okay, so guys, how is everyone feeling today after our game last weekend? How are you? Oh, everyone laughing. Everyone in good mood. Let's start with Mr. Smurf. Mr. Smurf, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling the same as last week. I'm dejected. I'm just not happy. I'm just not happy until we win our next game. And we lost it in the FA Cup, put it that way. In the FA Cup, it's the world's longest ongoing cup in history. We should have gone to our 31st semi-finals in the FA Cup. We should have gone one above the other rate.
But you know what we achieved? Instead of going out in the semi-final, we went out in the quarter-final.
Yeah, exactly. Because we did go to the semi-finals. Yeah, exactly. We just needed one more win to basically break the record of the 30th. I think Arsenal is on 30. We are on 30. We just wanted to be ahead of them as well.
Yes. That's true. So Pijal, macam mana? Apa khabar Pijal? Apa khabar?
Kecewa sikit lah after kalah dengan Leicester City kan. Tapi itulah, after few days lepas dah kalah tu still
sakit hati
dah
lagi
lah. Susah nak move on lah. Kita is like peluang keemasan tu terlepas lah. Because after that game kan kita lawan Southampton kan. So that will be a good good time lah nak go to the final.
Sepatutnya Southampton. Tu kalau main hari tu 15-0 tu. 15-0 tu. Kalau dia main hari tu lah.
Iyalah, itulah dia. Tapi itulah memang peluang keemasan terlepas lah. Tu je lah, that's the thing.
Okay, Mr. Arrington, how's your feeling and how was your feeling before the game? Before the game started, what was your expectation?
Well, actually, I was actually quite optimistic lah, I would say lah. I mean, looking at the lineup, I think, every time we go into a United game, you look at the lineup, you think okay, maybe there's a chance here. So I felt, okay, we got a shot. But after the game, even during the game, I said, what the hell are these boys doing? After the game, I felt so depressed. Now even more depressed because it's the international week, and I hate internationals, man. I hate internationals.
If you lose, really? It's the longest 2 weeks. Is it longest 2 weeks?
Yes. At least lah.
We can't break anything tak boleh nak belagak. Dah kalah kan.
Kalau kita kalah pun hari tu kan FA Cup. So at least the next week we got another game to redeem ourselves. This one have to wait another week to redeem ourselves.
2 weeks. 2 weeks. Yeah. So okay. Jai Beckham, sila. Can you hear me? Tengah senyum lagi. Macam mana? Bagaimana perasaan anda tentang game kita hari tu?
Game memang I rasa macam hancur dekat dalam hati lah kan. Dan masuk dia kita akan mandul dalam untuk season ni lagi lah kan. Jadi ada satu tagline saja yang I nak bagi tahu lah. Kita jual dia Fred.
Saya ada soalan. Biasa orang cakap bila orang depressed, mental health semua, member suka jual benda. Bila dah depressed tu nak jual benda saja. Orang nak membeli dah untuk menenangkan hati. You nak jual semua benda you.
I tak suka blame player. I suka terus
jual player.
And then Jual player tu. Jual yang player yang tak boleh pakai.
Ni macam main football manager ni.
Football manager tu. Football manager.
Ya, betul. Tapi kalau I pegang Manchester United, memang 2-3 tahun you tak akan nampak player yang sama akan ubah-ubah ni.
Sebab dah kena jual semua. Tak ada player langsung bro. Kalau you yang buat ada player langsung bro.
Oh, benar.
Ni mesti dulu banyak girlfriend ni lah.
Ni.
Tak suka jual. Tak suka crash.
Okay. So
tapi sedih lah.
Okay. So generally semua orang memang sedih lah. Even myself also, I was depressed lah. Okay, even the first half that time, it was a very slow game. But then when Greenwood masuk goal, that time you rasa happy and lupa about first half. But then the second half was just terrible lah. Was just really mediocre performance by our team lah. Okay, so we move on to the first topic. Let's talk about the starting lineup. Okay, our first 11. That day, our first 11, the lineup, Ayrton just now was saying that he felt happy and confident looking at our lineup. Our lineup that day was Dean Henderson. Okay, Jai relax Jai relax Jai relax, jangan jual Jai. Nanti kita tak ada goalkeeper Okay, Dean Henderson, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Victor Lindelof, Harry Maguire, Alex Telles, Matic, Fred, Greenwood, Van der Beek, Paul Pogba, and Martial. That was our starting lineup. Okay, so let's start with Ayrton. Ayrton, what's your opinion on our starting lineup that day?
Well, actually, like I said earlier, I actually thought the lineup was good enough. I mean, to take on the challenge. Looking at it, like Telles, like for like with Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw is just on fire this season. That's why he's keeping Telles out of the team. I actually really like Telles. I think his ball delivery is still much better than Luke Shaw. Van der Beek, regardless of whatever people have said about him, he's still a very talented player. Martial, my feeling about Martial. Let's go on that later. But looking at the lineup, it was actually pretty good on paper. But I think this team, like our second stringers, they just haven't played long enough to be in a cohesive unit, I would say. And I mean, looking at the game also, I think Dean Henderson is maybe not up to the standard we need him to be yet to be our number one choice goalkeeper. I would still say keep De Gea, De Gea in or at any given day. But yeah, I was very optimistic. The first half, it was boring until Greenwood scored. I said, okay, yes, there's a chance here. Second half, it just imploded. Fred played his worst game ever in a United shirt. Honestly speaking, if this was during Fergie's time, or even Mourinho or Van Gaal, Fred would not play at the next 4 games. But I bet you my last $1, he's going to play the next game. My last $1, he's going to play.
And I bet I add to that, if he's substituted, he'll be substituted. Extra time only, they'll bring him up.
Exactly.
Okay, because we were talking about David De Gea just now. Our member Jai already smiling already. Okay, Jai, apa opinion kamu tentang starting lineup hari itu?
Pendapat I macam I pernah bagi tahu sebelum ni, bila kebanyakan starting lineup tu it's okay lah, but it's not my choice first 11 lah kalau I lah. It's not bukan player yang bagus untuk masuk, tambah-tambah lagi untuk dapatkan pergi ke semi-final. Means macam Telles, I rasa dia masih belum boleh absorb lagi English Premier League punya games pada I lah, Telles. That's why kalau I mungkin tak masuk Telles tu dengan then another yang tak paling bagus sebab banyak individu punya mistake. Contoh macam Fred punya mistake. I tak tahu corak apa yang cuba Ole nak absorb lah. Maksudnya nak suruh bertahan ke ataupun nak attacking ke. Sebab sekarang kita masukkan Van der Beek dengan Telles, Greenwood and Martial. So macam tak kena tau. Macam ada yang tak kena.
So kalau
macam okey lah. Macam game tu dia nak buat kita tak sampai ke semi-final. Pada I lah.
So kalau you buat pertukaran hari tu, siapa yang you akan buat I bagi you maybe beberapa player lah. Siapa yang you akan swap dan siapa you akan buat masuk? Goalkeeper you
I
tukar.
akan bawa masuk goalkeeper tak lah. Kita bagi kalau tukar tu tak lah, still okay lah. Kalau Digia nak masuk, okay Digia, tapi Digia mau balik, so dia mungkin training tak cukup ke ataupun still lagi vacation ke, tak tahu lah. So Dean Henderson okay, but striker Martial tak boleh main. Actually patut Cavani.
Betul.
Cavani sepatutnya kena main. And then the other ones is Luke Shaw. Taylor tak boleh. Champion League, Europa League. Yes, Europa League okay sebab sebab dia okay.
International game, yes.
Yes. Tapi untuk FA Cup, I rasa bukan untuk tahun ni lah Taylor main. Untuk tahun depan maybe. Ataupun jual je Taylor.
Bro, kalau you jual macam tu, siapa? 16 tahun, 17 tahun, boy.
Bandar jual bandar. Keeper dengan left back.
I just macam I rasa lah game tu memang kita tak akan pergi semi final. Bila I tengok line up macam tu, kita macam harapkan keajaiban je kita boleh pergi semi final, even kita lawan Leicester. Sebab Leicester waktu ni memang tengah form, sebab dia bawa kita satu mata je kalau English Premier League. Lepas tu dia punya player itu pun belum ada mention siapa?
Madison.
Madison.
I beli tu.
Tu macam mana? Kan? Jual juga.
Dia nak beli.
Jual juga. Okay, we move on to Colin Smurf. Okay, give us your opinion, bro. What's your opinion on the starting 11 that day? And if there's any changes,
Yes, I would have started Cavani up front. Basically, I would have also started Pogba and Bruno in the middle. Not Van de Beek, because of course we want him into the game. I mean, we want him to come into the game, but he's not match fit, because he has not been playing regular first team football. Okay, I'll probably have started Martial on the left and Greenwood on the right. Of course, Talos would have been out. Shaw would have been the ideal person to start on the left back. Maguire, Lindelof, I'm sorry, I mean, those are the only two defenders we probably have at the moment. There was, except one really was on the bench. So between these three, of course, Maguire and Lindelof would to start, and AWB on the right-hand side. In regards to the goalkeeper, I think Dean Henderson he's quite a good lad. Okay, I have no problem with Dean Henderson. The point here is we should have started with a much stronger first 11, knowing that the international break is just the next game away. We should have gone with a much stronger squad, and knowing that the importance of the FA Cup, we wanted to win it. We the fans, we wanted to win it, but because of the lineup, I think it was a bad call between Ole. I'm sorry, Ole. I mean, I'm always with Ole, but it was a bad call. Of course, the input he got from his coaching staff before he made the final call was probably not the right one.
Okay, you think there's a possibility he didn't start Shaw, because I think Shaw he had a knock a few weeks ago. He had a knock, so maybe overplaying him, and then maybe just playing devil's advocate. Okay, starting Van de Beek. Okay, because Van de Beek, I think he's like hungry to prove himself. I mean, with the Euros coming up, so maybe Ole is using this for him to. Because again, you know that his selection of players, he go for players who is driven, like McTominay and stuff. These are all his favorite pawns. So maybe he sees that in Van de Beek. So what's your opinion on that?
I think it was a very risky move, which backfired. Okay, if that was the scenario and Ole really wanted to start him based on that psychology that you just mentioned, all right? If that is the case, we should have basically taken Van de Beek off, because he was not performing. He was not performing in the first half. We should have basically taken Van de Beek off during the first half or in the interval before the second half starts.
Listen, I think it comes down to Ole.
Because he did not prove himself.
I think so. We cannot forget that Leicester had a longer break than us.
Exactly.
In the weekend, in the weekday.
Exactly.
Yeah. So playing this team, like I said, when I saw the lineup, I said, okay, it makes sense, they're still second stringers at the end of the day, but we can't really harap Bruno to save us any given day of the week or Shaw. So probably we need to blood in some of this. Yeah, it was a risky move, but honestly speaking, if we were to turn back time, I think probably Ole would have done the same thing. And at the end of the day, these guys are still quality players. It's just didn't work out on that day lah. Leicester were more fresher, I would say. Yeah, it just backfired.
But if you ask me, really, my opinion on the line, because I think yang I nampak, what Ole trying to do is that they want to unleash the final power of Cavani, Bruno, and everything, right? Like in the final third of the time lah. Maksudnya after 60 minutes dia baru nak masukkan semua tu, in hoping that during that first 60 minutes tu the United still 0-0 with the Leicester. It's a little too late lah. But that is backfire lah because of that stupid thing that Maguire do, or passing to Fred in the middle of the park. That Leicester will always be high pressure and.
But Pija, you tengok, biasa Ole sebelum ni juga, dia substitution dia akan buat lewat sedikit. He will give players to prove himself. Okay? I give you example when this Rashford scored against Wolves, the last minute goal, the last minute towards the minute. Actually, if that time the players, for us, yang kita tengok, kita expect him to come up much earlier. But sometimes he has a tendency to let the players to give them more time to prove themselves. You notice this with Ole, even like underperforming players macam Lingard macam tu, okay, Pereira like last season, he keeps playing them. He keeps playing them to give them chance, opportunity to prove themselves. But again, I know, bear in mind, ini ialah FA Cup punya game lah, important. It's not a league game, you see. But he keep giving them chance, opportunity and once they cannot, gone. You notice that's the trend there. Players like Lingard all gone. But then of course now he's performing kat West Ham, dia nak dapat dia balik lah. So,
but then macam like Ari said lah. West Ham, Leicester has like 1 week to prepare the game. We previously had games against AC Milan. We had to prepare for that. They're playing on the Thursday, and then on Sunday they need to play again, which is like 2 very important games. But then it's backfire lah. Either we going for Europa League or we going for FA Cup.
I think Ole trusted his boys lah. He trusted his boys to get the job done.
Yes, correct. I think he's out to win everything lah. I think Ole is serious. I don't think he's someone macam Mourinho. Mourinho, I think there was one point he just go for Europa and stuff like that. Prioritize, But I think Ole goes out for everything, which is good. Yeah, United, you want to win everything, but end of the day, I think he risks running the players all injured now to the ground. Like I give you example, Rashford. Rashford. I think he's injured and stuff like that. So I think his management on that point, it's lacking lah, I think. Okay. So let's talk about defense. Okay, this is the important one. Okay, so what went wrong? What went wrong in the game that day? Okay, Ariton, what went wrong? What do you think went wrong?
Where do we start with our defense? At the end of the day, we look at it. We spent 80 million on Harry Maguire. What a revelation has he been? Both him and Lindelof, too slow pace. They're still not being cohesive enough. Aaron Wan-Bissaka still getting caught, out of position and then doing his side tackles. They say, wow, he can tackle very well because he was out of position in the first place. That's why he had to sliding tackle. And we already have 2 pivots in front of us already in the defense, with Matic and what's his name, Fred in front there, and still they can't get the job done. Probably sometimes I feel like these guys are, maybe they're not good friends or they hate each other. Sometimes I feel why is this guy playing? One fella will still think he's an idiot, the other fella will think he's an idiot. That's why they cannot play together, I think so. So that's my theory lah. Sometimes when I look at them, also I think Lindelof and Harry Maguire just doesn't like each other. That's why they cannot play together. And then that mistake where the back pass, oh my god, what the hell? It's happened one too many times. Really, one too many times for it to be like it has to be like fated lah. This is what we have to deal with for the rest of the season. And I don't know why Ole is still putting trust in Lindelof. Yes, he has to put trust in Maguire because he spent 80 million on that. If he doesn't spend 80 million, the Glazers will think what the hell, you spend 80 million of my money and on a fridge. So he has to play Maguire, but he has to find someone who to partner him. Lindelof, he's bad in the air. Yeah, very bad in the air. And it gave Bailly a chance. I mean, like after Bailly had that good game in the Europa League, give him a round of games, maybe 2 or 3 games, not just take him off the next game and play Lindelof. I mean, like Lindelof is, I'm just not a fan of him. Like at the end of the day, like, I'm really not a fan of Lindelof, and this defense will not go anywhere. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, he can't cross the ball to save his life. If I were to bet money on that, I will lose the money if I say he reaches the accuracy that is needed. So this defense will not win us anything. Will really not win us anything.
Okay, Hijal nak tanya. Tadi Arrington cakap pasal dia punya defensif yang Aaron Wan-Bissaka how to say out of position. Okay, pada pendapat kamu is there anything to do coming from the coaching that they want to play tighter? More how to say macam protecting the center defensive. You think it's the center back? Do you think it's a possibility? Because from what I observed at times even before this the games Aaron Wan-Bissaka always stuck in. He always come in. He don't really go up. He waits on. It seems like this is coming from the coaching staff. They want to protect the center back. What's your opinion? Apa pendapat kamu?
I think my pendapat is that this ini just my opinion. Kalau kita tengok the list of coaches yang United ada sekarang ni pun, they are not really like they have this defensive kind of mentality. What should they do? Tahu yang I nampak lah. So bila katakan ayalah, tahu lah CV pun tak bagus kan. Tapi macam saya cakap lah.
I think
they don't have someone yang really like know the art of defending. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, dengar.
Yeah, okay. On.
Okay, so itu yang my opinion in terms of macam Ari cakap tadi lah. Kalau kita nak tak nak memang kena stick juga dengan Lindelof lah, especially because Harry Maguire memang kena main juga. So Lindelof tu memang yang terpaksa main because we don't have any more centre back, right, to pair with him. And then
by my Phil Jones je lah, Phil Jones.
Phil Jones. Is he still around? I don't know what is he doing.
I think so lah.
I think still ada, but then you ask again, antara Phil Jones dengan like kita dah share Smalling kan, which one is better, Smalling or Lindelof?
Smalling, man. I mean, like
I think I go for Smalling.
Yeah, Smalling.
Yes.
Okay. Smurf, this question for Smurf. Okay. So, but then people like Aaron Wan-Bissaka and Lindelof, we talk about previous season. Aaron Wan-Bissaka was fantastic in defense. He can pocket Sterling. People like Sterling. He can like Mane and stuff like that. He can pocket them. Not a problem. Even Lindelof, like let's say 2 seasons back, he was really fantastic. They call him the Iceman. He was so cold. He can defend without panic and stuff. Do you think this comes down to individual, dia punya skill, their brilliance, or is because of the pairing or the selection of the defense?
I think it's the confidence that the defense has with each other on the pitch. Okay, like what Arrington was mentioning earlier. Probably Maguire and Lindelof aren't really good friends. If I'm not wrong. Is that what you said, Arrington?
Yeah, that's exactly what I said. Yes. Yeah,
I think it's the pairing, probably. I mean, okay, when Arrington said basically they don't really like each other, but I would like to add to it. I think they don't have confidence with each other's ability. Put it that way. Maguire, on the other hand, where he has Shaw or Taylor, I think that is the week that Shaw always goes up, Maguire goes up. You always notice Lindelof is always staying in the back. All right, and this is basically bad for United because one counter attack we do, our defense is slow. Okay, Shaw moves up. I mean, by the time he comes down, it takes time for him to come down. And Aaron Wan-Bissaka, yes, he's fast, but how fast can he come back to save the centre backs? So I believe that there is no chemistry between our 4 centre backs. I mean, our 4 defensive lines, and they just don't have confidence with each other. It looks that way to me.
Okay.
But I think if we were to play these 4 players in Football Manager, they might work, They might work in
Yes,
Football,
yes,
in Football
yes,
Manager.
yes.
You cannot compare Football
Ada
Manager.
Boleh main tak, Jai?
On paper, on
Berapa
paper
clean sheet
lah,
dapat?
on paper lah.
That's why on paper lah, on paper.
On paper lah, on paper it is. Okay, Jai Shopee. I mean Jai Beckham, bukan Jai Shopee. Okay, Jai Beckham. Okay, apa pendapat you because the main person kat belakang defense tu ialah Harry Maguire kan, pasal dia captain. So you rasa dia macam mana dia handle dia punya defense, dia punya commanding of dia punya defensive line?
Dia ada masanya dia boleh kontrol. Ada masanya dia tidak boleh kontrol. Situation game tu. Maksud dia conduct dia punya back four lah. Maksud dia conduct Bisaka, Lindelof, then Shaw ataupun Teles. Ada masa dia okey, ada masa dia tertinggal. Kadang-kadang dia sendiri yang buat mistake. That's why dia isu dia macam kita boleh tengok dulu tau, masa zaman Vidic start masuk dekat MU, Manchester United tau. Dia agak struggle sebab nak absorb game. Masa tu Rio Ferdinand nak compare, nak jadi partner dengan dia, ambil masa. Tambah-tambahan lagi, tambah-tambahan lagi sekarang ni kita COVID-19 tau. Game kita memang bukan macam game sebelum ni. Ada masa rest, ada masa boleh one mendom. That's why sekarang kalau boleh nampak benda ni, dia kena cari contohlah. Macam siapa akan cover Maguire dengan Lindelof bila diorang tak form. Tapi first, macam I cakap tadi sebelum ni, dia mesti kena ada first 11 dia dulu. That's why kalau dia ada first 11 dia dulu, baru dia boleh synchronize dia punya team. Kalau you tanya I, seriously lah, memang dia belum ada chemistry dia orang ni. Shaw, Basaka, Lindelof, Bailey, kan? Kalau Bailey masuk, chemistry tak ada bro. Tak nampak. That's why diorang kena
kena jual.
lah.
Tapi bukan that this back four dah main like from September until now. They like have been playing like every 3 days kan diorang ada game. Dia macam diorang selalu main. So why can't the chemistry like come during the game?
Tak boleh.
One.
Chemistry game tak boleh setahun, 2 tahun musim tak boleh. Tambah lagi Ole sekarang tengah, kalau you nampak, dia macam tengah eksperimen lagi tim ni. Eksperimen. That's why dia, kalau you tengok yang Leicester baru ni, dia letak Pogba belah kiri. Itu kan
yang kita faham in terms of the attacking, but the defensive side tu maksudnya diorang dah main like macam Maguire, Lindelof dengan Bisaka. These 3 ni memang dah confirm main.
Actually, I want to ask Murph also as a football coach. Do you think Lindelof and Maguire is too similar to play together? If they had another kind of a quicker pace defender like a Rio Ferdinand, I would say, would they actually be a better partner, a better defender?
Yes, I would agree on that, because I mean we look at our past, Widish and Rio Ferdinand. Widish didn't really have speed, put it that way, but this guy is robust. He's daring, he's robust. His tackle is on time, and his recovery is fantastic, put it that way. And we know that if basically Widish were to go in and he makes a mistake, he knows that Rio Ferdinand, I mean this is confidence in the team, chemistry. He knows that Rio Ferdinand will actually drop back quick enough cover him and basically to save the opponent from scoring or even reaching our goalkeeper. So with Maguire and Lindelof, for me they are pretty much heavy. Both of them are heavy. They are slow. Recovery, both of them are hopeless, put it that way, for me. This all boils down to Ed Woodward, because that guy paid 80 million for Maguire to come into United defense, and he's still giving basically the same results. We're still losing important games. We are winning games. We are keeping clean sheets. I wouldn't deny there are games where we get lucky. But with 80 million spent on a defender, we expect much more than that. But of course, I'm not blaming Maguire for. Maguire that he did not rate himself any million. It was Edward and Leicester City that ran the deal. But to spend that sort of money, you would expect a much more fantastic player compared to Harry Maguire.
Okay, Jai, soalan Jai. Tadi you cakap ada masa Maguire okey, ada masa dia tak ada okey. Kenapa kan kita selalu concede goal melalui set piece? Kenapa? Apa pendapat kamu tentang tu? Okay, I open the floor to everybody also. We go with Jai first. Why are we conceding goals from set pieces? Okay. Why Maguire not taking the initiative to organize the defense for these set pieces? Jai, pendapat kamu Jai?
Maguire ni macam yang nampak dia macam malu-malu tau. Shy.
Yes.
Serius. Sebab apa kalau
It's funny lah.
Betul. I honestly
Continue.
nampak dia malu-malu nak bercakap dengan dia punya teammate pun masa time game pun dia tak ada macam
commanding lah, dia
lah
commanding.
Call tu memang tak ada tau. Then lagi satu bila set piece goal sebab kita memang leg maksud dia kita longgar daripada segi penjagaan player-player lawan lah. Macam third goal masa dengan Leicester baru ni kan. Itu memang you mana ada player macam semua kan dia kan coach kan dia boleh cakap jugalah. Sebab mana ada player you jaga daripada belakang. You ke depan and then dia ada side you punya pihak opponent lawan dekat belakang you. Mana ada orang macam tu? Mana ada team macam tu? And lagi satu masa Harry Maguire bagi first goal dekat yang gol yang pertama tu. Dia tolak dekat Fred. Ada 5 orang kat belakang dia. So, apa yang akan berlaku? That's why lah. I tak tahu dia masa malu-malu ke, dia masih nak simpan dia punya, yelah nampak bodoh lah daripada situ. Itu yang I betul-betul tak faham lah. Kalau you tanya soalan tu pun memang buat I marah tau, Soalan tu bagi kita marah. Sebab apa? Dia, I tak tahu apa benda, apa function dia, captain tu, band tu apa, tak tahu. I tak tahu, aku tak faham dekat situ.
Untuk Tolstoy ni lah.
Bro, minum air sejuk bro, dah panas dah ni.
Panas. Relax.
That's why dalam minggu ni I nak suruh jual dia player. Itu sebab.
Jual Maguire.
Minggu depan beli dulu. Jual dulu baru beli.
Jual lepas tu beli balik.
And on just now we were talking about people were talking about Martial. Okay, so let's go with Pijal. Okay, let's talk about Martial. Okay, what's your opinion on Martial on the game that day? Choose wisely because I boleh tendang orang keluar. Okay.
Ni abuser ni. Okay, pendapat I macam I cakap dalam my previous video yang masa kita review tu. I think that you know tahu bila kita lawan dengan Leicester, they all like 11 players tu memang fast pace punya kind of. So bila kita tengok Martial main top, kita tahu Martial is not the striker yang memang akan like running behind defender. Memang dia bukan jenis striker yang macam tu. So dia akan jenis datang dekat dengan bola, akan main tap, main datang dekat 1-2, main keep passing. Bila kita main keep passing tu, jadi sedap untuk defender tengok tau. Macam saya cakap, dia kata ada defender view, ada yang bukan defender view. Maksudnya bila Martial selalu pergi dekat bola, Johnny Evans dengan I think ada seorang lagi defender Leicester yang memang dia akan nampak Martial akan pergi mana tau. So bila katakan Martial datang dekat, all our midfield tu memang takkan tahu nak bagi bola ke depan. Sebab dia tahu Martial akan datang dekat, dia akan passing balik kepada Pogba lah, dia akan passing balik pada Matip atau Fred. So we are not really like attacking the strike the atas tau. So that's the Martial. Dan kita I think the Martial ni kesiannya dia lah, we have been miss positioning him. Because top striker not really suit United style sekarang. Yang I nampak dia memang kena like for me best position for him is on the left side of the midfield. So dia boleh dribble, memang dia punya function dia dribble je.
He's cutting in.
Cut in, yeah.
They cut in and dia akan strike from the wing lah, the left wing lah.
Even kalau dia nak make it passing, dia boleh cut in, dia boleh pass to anyone, Pogba or Bruno, and then they can like doing cheeky this one to passing. Then itu okay. But to be a top striker like number 9 like Cavani memang tak suit dia punya style lah. Saya nampak. So that's my opinion lah.
Because we are running out of time. Okay, we go with Smurf. What's your opinion on Pogba playing from the left that day? What do you think of the position?
No. Yes, he used to play this position when he was in Juventus, but we need to understand that Italian football is much slow pace and they play a bit more possession compared to the English Premier League. Okay, English Premier League is much more faster and he would not suit on the left. He should be more in the central, where he will be able to create chances and assist the assister or be the assister himself. I think he has more talent in the middle than wasting his talent on the left-hand side. And yeah, I think left should be Martial lah, because we don't have anyone else, right?
That means there's no Martial out lah. I just want to reconfirm there's no Martial out.
No. I mean, let me put it this way. To take Martial, keeping in Manchester United, we need to get much more better number 9, all right? Because putting Martial up there, sure Martial out, unless we have a better number 9, then we make Martial come to the left-hand side, and that will serve him much better.
Okay.
So it's not still no Martial out, huh?
Okay, good. I almost wanted to cheat you, bro. Hampir nak tendang. Okay, so
almost Smurf out,
Smurf out. Okay, Arrington, a quick one on Ole's management of the game. The subs that he did. What's your opinion on that? The substitution that he made.
Well, before we start there, I'll always be Ole in.
Always
Always be Ole in. Yeah. So all I can say, I mean, like it was just a mistake. It was a mistake to substitute Fred that late and do all the substitutions, so late in the game to have any impact lah. It was Ole will learn from that. I'll say he will learn from that. But let's like you mentioned, Ole trusts these players. If he don't trust them, he won't play them. He gives them time to prove themselves. Why is this that sometimes you need to make that decision that he doesn't have that yet, but he'll grow into it. Let's put it this way. He will learn from this mistake, and I think in the next few months or so, he will probably not do these kind of things again lah. But all I can say is Martial out on the 9th position, on the number 9. He needs to move on the 11.
Okay. Out. Later I tendang you all keluar. I talking alone lah, bros.
Jamin out juga.
Okay, bro. So we are running out of time. So we are at the very end. Okay, so thank you everyone for joining us for this podcast. Okay, so like and subscribe to our channel. We have more content like this coming out in the future. So thank you. Any opinions, Martial in, Ole in, leave your comments in the comments below, and then let's keep this going forward. All right, United, Jom United, guys. Jom United.
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 Bro.